6 years after his passing, Burt Reynolds' family has finally spoken out in what they confirmed, leaves fans heartbroken but not entirely surprised. For decades, Reynolds was the ultimate symbol of Hollywood cool, a man whose swagger, charm, and smile made him one of the most bankable stars in the world. From Deliverance to Smokey and the Bandit, he ruled the box office like few others ever could.
Right.
But behind the fame, Reynolds carried struggles that the public only ever caught glimpses of. His family has confirmed the truth about his final years, and it's what fans always suspected but never wanted to believe. Reynolds' decline wasn't about losing his talent or his legendary charisma. It was about the heavy toll that years of physical pain, financial troubles, and personal heartbreak had taken on him. His family's confession shows a very different side to the star who seemed larger than life. Burt Reynolds' career was a roller coaster of incredible highs and devastating lows. In the 1970s, he was the #1 box office draw in America for 5 years straight. His movies weren't just hits, they were cultural events. He was the action hero, the heartthrob, and the comedian all rolled into one. Yet, behind the scenes, Reynolds lived a life defined by restlessness and insecurity. He admitted in interviews that he often chose films for the paycheck rather than the script, a decision he later regretted. "I could have done better," he once said, "but I didn't always trust myself." His personal life was just as turbulent. Highly publicized romances, including his marriage to Lonnie Anderson, kept him in the tabloids for years. But what the cameras didn't show was the loneliness that often followed him home. 1990s financial mismanagement and costly divorces had left Reynolds bankrupt. He sold much of his prized memorabilia, including awards and personal possessions, just to stay afloat. Fans suspected that his larger-than-life image had come at a steep personal cost, and his family has now confirmed just how true that was. Perhaps most heartbreaking of all was Reynolds' health. Decades of performing his own stunts left his body battered. He underwent multiple surgeries and lived in constant pain. His family admitted that in his later years, every public appearance was a struggle, though he hid it behind his trademark grin. He wanted people to remember the bandit, not the pain his loved ones shared. Even as his body weakened, Reynolds refused to let go of his humor or his pride. What his family has finally confirmed is that Reynolds knew his health was failing long before the public realized it. He stepped back from big roles not because Hollywood had forgotten him, but because he could no longer physically endure the demands. Still, he never stopped working entirely. Acting was in his blood, and he continued to teach and mentor young performers until the very end. To him, passing on his knowledge was just as important as the career he built. 6 years later, fans now see the full picture. Burt Reynolds' life was not just about fast cars, iconic roles, and dazzling smiles. It was also about resilience, survival, and quiet dignity in the face of hardship. His family's confirmation may be heartbreaking, but it also reveals the strength of a man who gave everything to his craft and his audience. In the end, Burt Reynolds was exactly what we all suspected, both larger than life and deeply human. His legacy lives on, not just in the films he made, but in the way he faced his struggles with courage and grace. And that is why, even 6 years later, his star still shines as brightly as ever.